Hello, and welcome back to the only live Monday through Friday lacrosse talk show on the planet. You are tuned in to Daily Dive. It is Monday, April 7th, 2025. I am your host, Michael Carvelis, live in Guyton, Georgia. We are live here on 12-Ounce Sports via YouTube, Roku, Fire TV, and of course back on X. Subscribe to the 12-Ounce Sports YouTube channel for other great shows and live sports. On today's awesome show, game recaps from week number 19. Another 7-game slate from the NLL, and some decent upsets and some we knew that was going to happen anyways kind of games. What now? The Toronto Rock lost had an unacceptable loss in Las Vegas. I'll talk about that and whether we can just brush it aside as they want high draft picks. And finally, 3 stars of the weekend, the best performers from week number 19. Without further ado, we want to let you know this show is presented by the ticketing platform at 12-Ounce Sports. Head over to 12ozsports.com to get your National Lacrosse League tickets for less. You can go to that website, click the Tickets tab, or go to 12ouncesports.com/tickets. That website includes every sport, not just the NLL, and all your favorite music artists' concerts, not to mention Broadway and theater. 12ouncesports.com, click the Tickets tab. We thank you for that. Alrighty, let's get into it. It's time for game recaps, folks. A 7-game slate, and in the picture there, you'll see Halifax. We'll get to them in a moment. First game we're going to do in chronological order like always. How about this? How about the Saskatchewan Rush in a game that I honestly thought they were going to have? Calgary walked in there and pantsed them. Now, the main culprit in this game, if you're a Rush fan, Nick Rose, who of course had 57 saves, which was a career high. Do you guys realize how impressive that is? That Nick Rose, let me get to this, just his age real quick, just because we're here. Nick Rose is 37 years old as of February the 11th. He had never had a game where he had this amount of saves in 57. That'll do. Now, Saskatchewan, scoring 6 goals is unacceptable. Like, I understand that Rose had an exceptional game, but I don't feel like that's a reason. Like, because Nick Rose, we've seen in the past, he can be had by great players. And I don't know which offensive player is necessary to blame, because I don't think this is all, Calgary had a great game. Because they only scored 10 goals. But having just 6 on offense this can't happen. If you are that team, that cannot happen, because in the playoffs, it's going to be even worse for you. Like, if the playoffs started today, I believe the Rush would play the Seals. I'm not sure how that lines up, but I believe the 2 plays the 7, and the Rush would play the Seals. And I don't know, man. Like, Saskatchewan losing a game like that, and I know they've already clinched a home playoff game, but losing a game like that, you were at home. Calgary was on the ropes. Like, they did not show enough that they should have just won that game. I feel like Saskatchewan lost that game because they just didn't show up. And it's funny because even in the arena, Saskatchewan, God, that's a horrible graphic. That was not what I want to do there. Even in the arenas, there it is, Saskatchewan had 7,600 people. Another good week of attendance for that barn, and you laid an egg. Now, I will not go as far. I'll call this person out because I saw it on Facebook, and I guess he's public with this stuff. Mike Bauer wrote some article basically calling Frank Scigliano the reason the Rush lost the game. And I just want to say, for anybody who I don't know if Mike Bauer's ever supported the show. I didn't check his Twitter or anything, but all I know is that the way he worded that, if you've seen that on Facebook, was a little bit rough. Basically saying that the Rush should have pulled Frank Giuliano. I don't know if I would say that, but it's definitely something that fans are thinking about. But yeah, the Rush can't lose that game, guys. Like, you have to score like 9 or 10 yourself, but scoring 6. Okay, Nick Rose had a great game. I just can't amount that to Nick Rose, man. It's frustrating. But Nick Rose will be on our 3 stars, by the way. Next game we're going to get to is going to be the Vancouver Warriors stomping the Firewolves 10-4 in a game that was sneakily a scenario of 2 hot teams. Like, Albany had just beaten Buffalo, and now it feels like that was their finals because Albany scored 4 goals. And I know people are going to say, well, Christian Del Bianco. I get it. Del Bianco allowed 4 goals, which tied a career high. But he faced 41 shots on goal. That's not good. And I know Vancouver's offense, their defense is tough, but you can't have 41 shots on goal, man. I don't care how much the other team slows it down. That's just not a good look. But I feel like the 50 range is what it feels like most teams should be at. 41 just seems like you weren't ready for that defense whatsoever. Like I said, Del Bianco did his thing. Del Bianco made some circus saves in this game. Also had 2 primary assists in the game, which was really amazing. I believe he found Keegan Ball both those times, too. I have to verify that to check. But, yeah, it's just Warriors show they were the better team, which is what I thought they would do. That was the first game of the weekend that I got right. It was a little bit hefty on the money line, like minus 170 was the best you could find, but I feel like it was worth it to pick it, and the Warriors did get a victory. Albany played Alex Simmons, and as Adam Levy alluded to earlier early on Friday, guys, Alex Simmons multiple times in that game limped off the floor. Like, I don't know why Glenn Clark and whoever it was decided that was the move. And I know people are going to say, well, Alex Simmons wanted to play. Listen, I love that Alex Simmons is a competitor. But you're risking further injury in a game that you guys didn't show up in. So it's not like you had some electric game plan to beat these guys because you lost 10-4. And you were never really in the game. Like, it was 7-4 in the fourth quarter. It felt like it was 20-4. Like, no one ever thought Albany was going to win that game. Like, and so to have Alex Simmons limping off the floor time and time again, especially in the second half, it was like, man, that's the future of your franchise, bro. Like, that can't happen. And that's what happened. And that, to me, was a bit unacceptable on Albany's part because I feel like they should have been better taking care of their players. I don't care if it's like a twisted knee, if that's all it was. The guy was in the ice in a brace after the last game. Like, come on, man. Playing on the road, give me a break. Halifax, in a game that honestly was kind of a toss-up, but I was not surprised Halifax did what they did to San Diego. I'm going to be the first to say it. I don't know if people have said this before, but I feel like I'm the first. Can we be real right now? Because here's the thing. San Diego, like, Chris Origlieri has not been good this year. I'll say it, okay? I'm saying that as a person who defended him, like, who thought that the Seals were going to look good this year. And through, 16 games now? I don't think they count the other one on NLLstats.com that he didn't. Grant Perot did not update that just yet. But coming into the game, he had 76.4 save percentage. I don't think it went up, losing 13-10. Like, in this game, I felt like Halifax's offense, like, I was thinking to myself, okay, I was predicting this game, I was thinking, okay, do I trust San Diego's offense? Yeah. Halifax's offense? Yeah. Goalies? Like, I should not, I know that Drew Hutchison came in the game. I understand that for Thunderbirds, and again, I'll say it, Halifax fans got to stop pretending that Warren Hill's not a problem, because he 1,000% is a problem. Because you better hope Drew Hutchison comes in every time and does what he did. Because Warren Hill was awful once again. And it wasn't his fault. Well, When he went out, the Thunderbirds were trailing. When the game was over, Drew Hutchison had slammed the door, and Thunderbirds had rallied to win the game. Clark Peterson in this game had all 6 of his assists be primary, and he also had 1 goal. Drew Hutchison did make 39 saves on just 44 shots on goal, which is really impressive. But San Diego, man, Chris Riglieri, bro, like, I don't know what's going on. And I know he's only 22. I just feel like I know what's going on. What's happening is I jumped the gun too early. Again, I'm 28. He's 22. I was like, okay, this guy's ready to go. Maybe not yet. Unless he might be fantastic one day. But me and a lot of other people jumped the gun, and he hasn't been fantastic this year. And in my opinion, San Diego has one of the best on-paper defenses in the game. So many young guys that can run and get in your face, and Chris O'Leary has to make some stops. I don't feel like that happened in this game, or hasn't happened all season. So San Diego, despite being in a playoff position, San Diego falls to 8-8. So you better win the next 2, or you're going to be in trouble. San Diego's next 2, final 2, at Albany versus Albany. I like their chances, but we don't know. All right, next game. We're on game 4 now. Let's kind of pick it up a little bit. Rochester beat Ottawa. Rylan Hartley, my goodness. Rylan Hartley, 33 saves on just 39 shots on goal. Connor Fields, another hat trick. I love Connor Fields getting into it with Callum Jones quite a bit in this game. Obviously, Callum Jones was trying to limit Connor Fields, which he did a little bit. But this game, once again, hey guys, I'm looking for Ottawa's offense once again. Don't see it. Again, Rylan Hartley was really good. He faced just 39 shots, which is, not good. Rochester likes to shoot the ball at will. There's no reason in heaven on earth or anywhere that you think that Ottawa could not shoot 45 shots when Rochester was going crazy. Come on, man. It's not a good look. Ottawa's offense fails them once again in a game that I felt like they might have needed to have, but Rochester again shows me why they are one of the most dangerous teams. Their offense is electric. I think Ryan Smith had 2 more power play goals to extend his lead on that stats. Connor Fields is great. Ryan Lansbury has over 100 points. No one's even talking about it. The defense, the transition, and when Rylan Hartley is healthy, Rochester is amazing. Don't count them out, but still, Ottawa just weren't that good this year. And I can now almost say, like, I don't know if Ottawa makes the playoffs. And I know it's like not a hot take, but I told you guys they could have won some of the next games. And like last week I talked about it, and now it's like, I don't know. They're not, I just don't think that's good enough. 12-6, Rochester. Philadelphia. I picked the Wings to win because I feel like 8 losses in a row was a little bit much. But once again, you can't trust the Georgia Swarm. How many times do I have to say it on this show? Mitch Jones, in this game, I think, was it Adam Wiedemann? I think he was the guy who just leveled Brendan O'Neill. And guess what happened? Mitch Jones came up to him, got in fisticuffs, and actually, in my opinion, won the fight. So with that, then Georgia goes up 5-1 at one point, looking phenomenal. And Philadelphia keeps chipping away. I'm like, well, that's weird. It was Adam Wiedemann, by the way. Mitch Jones got ejected. This was at the first minute of the game, by the way. And Georgia led the game. I'll get to the exact stat was they were up 6-1. And then Philadelphia. First of all, Deacon Knott's amazing. I've known that since the Minto Cup. Deacon Knott came in for Nick Demuth. On the other end, Angus Goodleaf had to relieve Brett Dobson. Another young goalie this year. I love Brett Dobson and his game. He has not been great this year. And Brad Dobson being benched for Angus Goodleaf, was not a good look for the Swarm when Mitch Jones is already out of the game in the first minute. The Wings, while I picked them to win, should not have won that game. They did. So Georgia, for their sake, fall down to 8-8, and again, in danger of missing the playoffs completely. I know right now it's 6th in the NLL. Georgia's remaining schedule is going to be at Philadelphia next week, and then versus Buffalo April 19th, a game that I will attend. Guys, if you beat Philadelphia, let's just say for the sake of argument, you beat Philadelphia next week. Versus Buffalo, if that's a must-win, you're in a heap of trouble. You're in a boatload of trouble. Because I don't know if that's going to happen. But Philadelphia got to win. Shout out to them for staying in the mix. But this was more about Georgia. And a game I figured it would be. Colorado Mammoth lost to the Bandits 15-10. I still feel bad for Dylan Ward, who keeps on. He made like 44 or 47 more saves in this game, and it meant nothing because Josh Byrne and Dane Smith combined for, what was that? Good Lord, 17 points and 4 goals. Unbelievable. So good job for them. Bandits beat the Mammoth 15-10. And finally, a game we're going to get to next, but I'll just briefly mention it. Jack Canada in overtime in a 4-on-5. Snipes it from the outside. Desert Dogs get a win. What the heck was wrong with Toronto? Why don't we leave that for a cliffhanger, and we'll be right back to Daily Dive. You don't want to go anywhere. I'm asking Rock fans, and more so Jamie Dowlick, what now? We'll be right back.
Don't go anywhere. Daily Dive will be right back.
Need tickets to that next event? Well, at 12 Ounce Sports, we've got them with soccer anywhere in the world. Tickets to any venue, any sport. Want to go to NCAA or NFL football matches? We've got them.
Yeah.
Baseball at every level. Every Power 5 matchup is available. Don't forget, costumes and paint are optional. What's that? You want to go to Broadway? We have those too. Want to jam out? Every concert, every artist. That's right, at 12 Ounce Sports, we've got the tickets for less. 12ozsports.com/tickets. That's 12ouncesports.com/tickets.
Welcome to MyBookie. You're ready to create an account and start making money, and we're here to help. And remember, you can get a bonus of up to $1,000 on your first deposit. Now you're ready to bet. Just go to mybookie.ag, visit the sportsbook, click on your bet, and input the amount you want to risk or win in the bet slip. Yes, it's that easy. Just remember, at MyBookie, you play, you win, you get paid.
America, get back on track with Dust Pod's Performance Stabilizer. When applied to roadways, it kills dust and strengthens the integrity of the road. Easily applied by mixing with water, Dust Pods is the future in polymer stabilization. Call 1-833-DUST-PODS or visit dustpods.com today.
Daily Dive is back in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to Daily Dive. Glad you could join us on this Monday edition, April 7th, 2025. Reminder to go to 12ouncesports.com and click the tickets tab. The website and the commercial does not work. I will update the commercial probably today or sometime this week. But 120zsports.com, click the tickets tab. Or you can also check the description on YouTube of this video and see links for it as well. Alrighty, let's get into something that I know a lot of people are just excusing as, oh, we got a bunch of draft picks. Listen, I don't care. I'm so. Oh, by the way, we have a comment for one more time. Donovan Lloyd says, "Will the Warriors ever lose again?" I mean, shoot. Topic for another day, but it doesn't feel like that. I had them at number 2 in my top 8, my new power rankings last week, because of that reason. Delbianco is phenomenal. Offense looks good. Defense is nasty. Vancouver looks like the only thing close to Buffalo right now. Sorry, Saskatchewan. Not really. It just sounds better when I say it. Oh, but yeah, go back to the Rock now. So, I made this graphic boring on purpose. Because every time I think of the Rock, I think of coulda, woulda, shoulda, didn't. This is boring. Like right now, the Toronto Rock are 5-10. I know to start the year, they had a bunch of injuries, and that is very true. This team last won the championship in 2011. To their credit, they are 6-time champions. However, if we're being honest with ourselves, Matt Sawyer might not be the greatest head coach. And again, I know there's going to be a lot of people in the comments and a lot of people on social media already who have been like, oh, it's okay, we want to lose. Did you, though? Did you really want to lose, knowing there was still a fighting chance at the playoffs? No, you didn't. Your owner / GM said screw this year because even he knew that with some health, this team would not be great. Guys, Matt Sawyer took over the Rock in 2017. Okay? Let's break it down for you. They went 9-9, 8-10, 12-6, 13-5, 13-5, 15-3. I get it. They look good. What happened every single year in the playoffs? What happened, Rock fans? Well, I'll tell you what's happened the last 4 times. Because 2017, they lost the Swarm. East Final. Interesting. 2019, lost the Bandits. East Final. 2022, 2023, Bandits East Final, Bandits East Final. And then 2024, lost in semifinal to the Bandits. It makes my point so clearly and so perfectly. He can't get it done when it matters. If you for 1 second think that Toronto went into Vegas and thought, you know what, screw it, we're doing draft picks, you're out of your mind. They were more mathematically involved in the playoff hunt than was Philadelphia. Now, I know Toronto's not eliminated next, but they might as well be. They might as well be. And it feels like this is not just a Rock problem, but a league problem. I was shocked when Paul Day stepped down last year for the Wings. And I applauded him for doing so. Because fans were tired of it. Fans were tired of losing. At what point is Toronto going to realize that Matt Sawyer, while he might be a good coach, maybe even a great coach one day, right now, there needs to be a new voice in the locker room. Do you realize, despite losing this year, despite going 5-10, listen to the players still on the roster. Josh Dowick, Chris Boucher, Tom Schreiber, Corey Small, Challen Rogers, Mark Matthews at one point. They had Brad Cree still on the roster. Excuse me, I can't talk. They had all those players. Latrell Harris, T.D. Erlin. I know not the last game, but you get it. What more help does a guy need? And then there's the other fans who are going to say, well, Michael, I get it, but don't the players have to do something? You aren't sure. But you don't think that a coach matters a little bit? Because in every other sport, the first person that comes to mind is the head coach. And there are people out there online that'll say it's okay because he's Jimmy Dowlick's best friend. Well, Jimmy Dowlick, last time I checked, dumped Nick Rose on both rosters that he had. What was it, Senior B or whatever it was, with the Oakville Rock? Got rid of him. Got rid of him with Toronto Rock, sent him to Calgary. I'm not saying Nick Rose is mad about that, but got rid of Mitch DeSnew, was shopping Tom Schreiber, was shopping Brad Cree. Why would Matt Sawyer be safe? And if we're being honest, Jamie Dowlick, if he doesn't fire Matt Sawyer, I don't know when he's looking to win. Like, it's not just the fact of losing to the Bandits, it's how they do it. Last year, East Finals, I think the last game they played, or semifinal, I was just stunned at how, not the East Finals, it was the semifinal last year, it was like the Final Four. I was just stunned at how they led that game. And Bandits just walked them down. Earlier this year, they led the Bandits 5-0. Lacrosse is a game of runs. That's really good. Except when you constantly lead the same team, it shows you actually are good and you can never close the deal. I cannot tell you how many times Matt Sawyer has challenged the call and gotten it blatantly wrong. Like, I just don't get when the NLL teams are supposed to fire their coaches, because at some point, if Matt Sawyer does not lose his job, I don't care who Jimmy Dowlick brings back next year. I don't care where the Toronto Rock play. They will have a very hard ceiling once again. And it's not the championship. Those days are gone because Matt Sawyer's in the coaching position. Again, the roster that this man has had for years, and to fall short in dramatic fashions to Buffalo, at some point it's just boring, it's old, and it's unacceptable anymore. And if fans are serious with themselves, they're not saying, well, we need the draft picks. Bro, come on. Stop that. I don't care what you think of the cursed guy. I don't care what you think of Joey Spallina. I don't care who you think of what prospect. That ain't going to matter because your roster's already stacked to the top. And it hasn't worked yet. Why would it work now? It makes no sense to think that. Again, this team has probably had on paper the second, maybe first best roster year after year after year. And every year they fold to the same team and they find new ways to lose. Again, in other sports, head coaching gets the axe. In the NLL, I said before at the Wings, and other teams, I'll say it now. You either want to be stuck for the last 35 years, or you want to move forward and be the next major league. Ask the Saskatchewan Rush. Ask, what's his name? Ask Derek Keenan what he did with the Rush when they sucked it up. Wasn't afraid to make moves. Jimmy Dowlick, friendships aside, man, Matt Sawyer's got to go. Again, you can't keep losing to the same team. See, that helps me too. I was just throwing names out, Patrick War. But my point is, I don't think they're going to... The draft, good for us, we do the draft. Okay, and what does that do for you? Nothing. Because you face the... one last thing I'll say. Remember when the Golden State Warriors, they kept on losing... they were good, but they couldn't get over the hump. Well, the Warriors got in Steve Kerr. I think Mark Jackson deserves another job in the NBA for what it's worth, but Steve Kerr elevated that team instantly. Bill Belichick for the Patriots, he's a lifelong Patriot. Well, is he? How'd that work out? Eventually, losing has to matter. Friends are great. Getting there at the end is great, but if you don't capitalize and you have the roster that Matt Sawyer's had, it has got to matter. Jimmy Dowlick, do the correct thing. Because people are going to clip this and they're going to say, well, Michael's calling for Matt Sawyer to be fired. And it's going to sound bad, but it's like, I don't know. Who do you blame? Come on, man. And again, losing in Las Vegas is just it's so bad. When Philadelphia, without Mitch Jones for 59 minutes, was able to walk into Georgia and beat them and come back, guys, The Rock had a 12-10 lead with like 5 minutes left, and they blew it. And they allowed a shorthanded goal, man. Come on. All right. When we come back, let's hand out some 3 stars. This is the happy part of today's show, where I hand out the 3 stars of the weekend, including 2 more 2-time winners and a newcomer. Wow. Week 19, we got a new guy. That's going to be awesome. Don't go anywhere.
Don't go anywhere. Daily Dive will be right back.
You need tickets to that next event? We've got them. That's right, tickets.12ozsports.com. Get you to any sporting event, concert, theater event that you can think of. And the promo code 12OZ or ROME gets you an additional discount. Don't feed the massive ticket corporate machine. Go to tickets.12ozsports.com and enjoy the show. America, get back on track with Dust Pods Performance Stabilizer. When applied to roadways, it kills dust and strengthens the integrity of the road. Easily applied by mixing with water, Dust Pods is the future in polymer stabilization. Call 1-833-DUST-PODS or visit dustpods.com today.
Daily Dive is back in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to Daily Dive here on Monday, April 7th, 2025. Reminder that we have a podcast audio-only version of the show. Go to Spotify and search Daily Dive. We're getting a ton of people that it's kind of cool seeing people care that much. They would drive in their car or work out and listen to me talk about sports. It makes no sense to me, but we appreciate you. Go to 12sports.com and check out the tickets tab, where you can experience the best lacrosse league in the world, the National Lacrosse League. You can also go to 12sports.com/tickets, and you can get tickets from all your favorite sports, not just the NLL. We thank you for your support. Alrighty, it's time for 3 stars of the weekend, where I hand out the best performances. Now, here are the 2 players it was very hard to leave off this list. Connor Fields, who had 3 goals and 6 assists. And then take your pick between Drew Hutchison and Clark Peterson. But I feel like these guys I'm about to show you are more deserving, at least for this week. For the second time since he's been back in all season, which is absolutely incredible, Christian Del Bianco made 37 saves in a win against the Firewolves. Tied a career best in goals allowed with 4. Also had 2 primary assists. And Christian Del Bianco wins our 3rd, which is kind of like the least important star. It's still a star, but you get it. Donovan Lloyd, who commented earlier, saying, it's my first season watching the NLL. Love the show. Hey, see, and that's what I was getting to. They're not listening to me. They're listening to their daily NLL fix. So I appreciate you, Donovan Lloyd. That was where I was going with that. All righty. So Christian Del Bianco, shout out to him for winning it the second time. He's only been back for 4 weeks? Good Lord, this guy's incredible. Second star, Joe Resetarits, for the first time since week 2 or 3, I believe, wins a star on the show, for what it's worth. 4 goals, 7 assists, including 5 primary. All of this when Mitch Jones, again, to his credit, defended Brandon O'Neill and got into fisticuffs with Adam Wiedemann. That was awesome to see. Philadelphia rallied after that. Now they did go down 6-1, but after that they rallied. So I don't know if Mitch Jones was the reason, but you get it. But Joe Rez, not just winning off the court with his fits, but winning on the court with his play. Who's the first star? Well, at 37 years old, Nick Rose had a career-high 57 saves in Saskatchewan. Guys, that was mighty impressive. What's more impressive, for at least my sake, is he never did it for the Toronto Rock. Like, never had that kind of performance. He came close a couple of times, if I remember correctly. But I'll be honest, Nick Rose was locked down, man. And if that version of Nick Rose comes by, well, the Roughnecks might be a tough team to beat if they do make the playoffs. Now, granted, their standings right now, they're currently 9th, so they're tied with Georgia, San Diego, Colorado, and Calgary, of course, are all tied at 8 and 8. But hey, I mean, Roughnecks have looked good. I mean, Nick Rose, to be fair, I forgot what the exact. I'm going to since they got Nick Rose, and then we'll leave it here. But ever since Nick Rose joined the Calgary Roughnecks, this year they was it the Colorado game, I think. So Colorado, at Colorado, they lost that game. He allowed 11 goals. His offense dropped 8. Good for them. At Buffalo, went in there and beat them. Versus Buffalo, allowed just 11 goals. His offense did no favors, scored 6. San Diego's the tough one. But I feel like of the 5 games he's played, 4 of them have been really good. So shout out to Nick Rose at 37 years old, turning back the clock, if that's a thing for him. But yeah, good for him. And good for the Roughnecks exposing, possibly, the Saskatchewan Rush. Maybe that's a story for another day this week. Thanks so much for tuning in. Reminder to go to Daily Dive LAX and get all the updates on Twitter and Instagram about the show and graphics, etc. Also, Leroy, Coach Leroy, might I add now, who is, I believe, 2-0 in his career as a coach, but that's a story for another day. Coach Leroy is always sharing interesting things on our reels, so check out the Instagram story, should I say. It was a great job there. I look to fire folks up during the weekend on NLL stuff, but yeah, Daily Dive LAX. You can also click the link tree in our bios on social media to check out the store, or hear me out, go to dailydivelacks.creator-spring.com to shop directly. Oh, see, Donovan, you're a good guy. Donovan just followed us on Instagram. That was awesome. Cool. Woo! All right. Thanks so much for watching this awesome show, guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Same time, same place, 12 on Sports, wherever you watch, however you watch. This has been Daily Dive.
Thanks for watching Daily Dive. See you next time.